real time through FaceTime, whether or not they're sick or not. So like a person apparently like wanted the individual to FaceTime the manager so that they could show them that they're visibly sick and they were at the hospital and they did it to show that they were visibly sick. And then the nurse popped in and was like, hi, yes, this person is ill.
Probably deep fake though, wasn't it? Probably deep fake, the little skiving bastard.
I didn't even think about that, but I just think it's like, it's just
fucking
nuts.
Employees trying to steal my corporate time. No, it is mad. Dude. It is mad. But it's also way, way worse in the US from what I've seen compared to most of the countries in Europe, to compare like for like there. The amount of sick days that you're just, or not sick days, but like, paid time off and that kind of stuff that you get in the US compared to other places is astronomical. It's so different.
Yeah, it is nuts, which is why I understand your whole abandoning freedom and going to universal healthcare. That makes a very, very easy shift. Actually, I put in the chat more AI deepfake things. So this guy tweeted, I don't know, I'm guessing this person is acting out a speech by Morgan Freeman. And
what you see,
the guy sounds just like Morgan Freeman. And just the deep fake is just, it's absurd. Like,
I've got a hot take for this one.
Like, I mean, there's just like the look of it is nuts. And it makes me really worried about what would happen in the future. What's your hot take?
I think the bottom one is fake. I think Morgan Freeman actually said that. And the guy at the bottom is just a really good actor. And this is part of his reel and it's just been stolen. That's what I reckon. I don't trust anything.
Why are you worried about this though, GB?
Wait, why am I worried about?
Yeah, why are you worried about this?
Oh, I mean, not me in particular, but just in general, I think this is really really concerning, just because of like, can you imagine someone deep fakes like the president in the White House giving a statement with like, it's very easy to,
I mean, it's definitely already happening.
It's already happened. Yeah. I mean, people know the concepts of deep fakes, I suppose. There's like a danger of somebody making some shit, of any public figure. But I think that's like the biggest danger of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets things like this and things prior to this as well get used in massive misinformation campaigns when it comes to stuff like war, right? Or for a state to oppress its people, they just feed them misinformation, and it gets easier and easier to do that with the. Well, I don't know whether it does get easier. It gets different, right? Because I think you compare it to 80 years ago or whatever. You're in the middle of World War II. People don't have the same connectivity to the outside anyway, so it becomes difficult to penetrate anything that your state is telling you. So I suppose in some senses it is easier to pierce through that than it ever has been because of your connectivity to the world outside. But at the same time, you're facing much more sophisticated, believable propaganda and misinformation.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that people are fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, I think a lot of listeners to this podcast and also like us ourselves, like we usually like are able to tell whether something is faked or not. But there's also like a large part of the population that like they're like they'll see that clip and be like, oh, this is actually Morgan Freeman. Like the thought won't even like.
I was Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, but like the thought won't even appear that like, oh, this could be fake. Like they don't approach the content with like skepticism. So
yeah,
I definitely do think it's a problem.
Oh, I mean,
especially
also,
if it feeds a narrative that you already believe in.
It's the IQ curve meme, because the people on the other side of it as well. People on the other side of it are like, I guess the people in the middle, whatever. I can't remember the fucking meme, but anyway, people at some end of the IQ spectrum also just believe that everything's fake and that everything's misinformation, and then you have, the vaccination disbelief and the world is flat and everything else.
Yeah, I will be very interested to see how this kind of evolves, because also the AI art thing has kind of been interesting, controversial. At